There's something your mind tells you every single day. It's so soft, so familiar, that you barely notice it. And yet it's the quiet architect of your life. It decides who you think you are, who you love, what you dare to reach for, and what you never even try. It's the lie that says, this is all you are, and this is all you'll ever be. Most people live and die without ever questioning it. They decorate their cages, add a few windows, hang up pictures, and call it a life. But it was never the truth. Your mind isn't built to tell you the truth. It's built to keep you alive. From the time you were tiny, your brain's highest priority was to predict pain and avoid it at all costs. It watched your mother's sighs, your father's silence, the cold stares from kids at school, and it made quick, hard rules. Rules like, be quiet, they'll love you more if you're easy. Don't want too much, it only ends in disappointment. Never shine too bright, it makes you a target. These rules wrote your internal scripts, and your brain, wanting consistency, plays these same scripts every day. Dr. Rick Hansen puts it simply, the brain is like Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. Pain sticks, joy slides right off, so your mind clings to fear, worry, self-doubt, because it thinks staying alert to danger is safer than believing in new, beautiful possibilities. But safe isn't the same as alive. That's why even when your life looks fine on paper, a steady job, a partner, maybe even a family, there's a gnawing emptiness inside, because deep down, your spirit knows it's still living in a story built on a lie. Neuroscience shows how this happens. Every time you repeat a thought, I'm not enough, they'll leave me, I always mess up, you reinforce a neural circuit, like a path through a forest that becomes easier the more you walk it. Your brain fires these patterns faster and more automatically. This is neuroplasticity, the brain's gift of rewiring, but also its trap, because it doesn't care whether the thought is true, only whether it's familiar, and the familiar becomes your destiny. Think about that for a moment. Your brain would rather keep telling you the same painful story than risk stepping into the unknown. That's why people stay in toxic relationships, stuck jobs, patterns that poison them. The lie feels safer than freedom. Carl Jung once wrote, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. So what seems like fate, failed relationships, never quite reaching your dreams, always circling the same pain, is often just your mind replaying the old lie on loop, and it doesn't stop at psychology. Quantum physics hints that your thoughts, your emotions, your very expectations shape the probabilities of what manifests. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about how when you live in the same emotional states day after day, fear, unworthiness, anger, you broadcast those vibrations into the field. Life, in turn, mirrors back situations that keep you anchored there. So your mind's lie doesn't just color your perception, it ripples outward, shaping reality itself. Now imagine this for a moment. Picture a child standing at the edge of a cliff, terrified because somewhere long ago, someone told them the wind would always blow them off. So they build a small hut far from the edge. They never see the breathtaking view, the vast horizon. They live safe and die small. That's what your mind does when it repeats its favorite lie. Stay here, this is all you are. Don't try for more, it's dangerous out there. But there's another story, older than all your fears. It's written in every sunrise. Ra, the ancient Egyptian sun god, sails through the underworld each night. He faces chaos, battles the serpent of darkness, Apep, and every morning he rises renewed, pouring golden light across the world. The lesson is timeless. You must pass through your darkness. You must meet the lies, see them for what they are. Just old scripts written by frightened minds. Then you rise, carrying new light. So how do you begin? Start small. For the next 7 days, every time a limiting thought comes up, I'll fail, they'll leave, I'm not enough. Pause. Ask yourself, who gave me this thought? Who wrote this script? Often a memory will surface, a parent's harsh word, a teacher's cold laugh, a first heartbreak. See it, acknowledge it, then softly say, that was their fear, that was their wound. It doesn't have to be my truth. This is more than psychology, it's spiritual alchemy. Each time you do this, you reclaim a tiny piece of your power. You stop the unconscious pattern long enough for new possibilities to enter. Over days, weeks, months, these small interruptions become new neural pathways. They also become new signals you send out into the quantum field. Instead of broadcasting fear, you begin to broadcast openness. Instead of, this is all I am, you start whispering, maybe there's more. And life, ever responsive, starts to answer with doors you never saw before. Viktor Frankl survived horrors most of us can't imagine. In the camps, he discovered that the last of human freedoms is this: to choose your attitude, your perspective, your meaning, no matter the circumstance. That's what breaks the lie. So today, take 5 quiet minutes. Sit somewhere you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes. Picture Ra sailing through the darkness, torch in hand, facing down serpents. Now, see yourself holding your own torch, stepping into the old caves of your mind. Shine light on the walls. Look at every belief that says you're small, you're limited, you're doomed to repeat the past, and simply whisper, not anymore. Then breathe. Feel something loosen in your chest. Maybe it's small, but it's real. That's how new destinies begin. Not with grand fireworks, but with tiny shifts that echo through your entire nervous system. This is just the start of our journey together. In this space, we'll keep dismantling illusions, breaking old spells, until you stand clear, powerful, and free under your own sun. Tell me below, what's the lie your mind tells you most often? I read every story, and in future videos, I'll guide you personally through breaking these patterns, so your life becomes something your old fears never could have imagined. If you're ready to keep walking this path, stay. Together, we'll turn your mind from a cage into a sun, radiant, unbound, alive.